Whatever you do, iBrandTV got you covered with the latest news.
On iBrand News Now.
It's about making history.
Top-notch news analysis.
Who knows how many of them that we have in governance?
Insightful breakfast show.
Welcome to another interesting edition of iBrand Daybreak.
Business trends.
Hello and welcome to Business 24.
Entertainment gist.
Hello and welcome to the BTS.
Sport review.
This is the arena.
Fashion tips.
This is brands and fashion on iBrandTV.
And a lot more. Keep watching iBrandTV as we make your day worthwhile with quality TV broadcast. iBrandTV. Business first.
Hello, this is Business Now, reaching live from iBrandTV News today in Lagos. Coming up, International Monetary Fund projects federal government debt profile to grow by 92.11%. 27 companies forced to delist from the Nigerian stock exchange. Nigeria's inflation rate dropped marginally to 15.6%. Former Goldman Sachs banker accused of siphoning off millions of dollars from sovereign wealth fund. Thanks for joining us on Business Now. I am Perpetua Fasten Repeater. Now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has earmarked 2.55 trillion naira for fuel subsidy in the 2022 Supplementary Appropriation Bill, transmitted to the National Assembly for consideration and approval. The federal government had informed the subsidy regime will end in June 2022. Fuel queues appeared since last week across the nation over rising import costs of the product. Buhari said while 106 billion naira provided in the supplementary bill would be used as capital expenditure, 43.87 billion naira would be spent on recurrent expenditures. More small and medium-scale businesses in Lagos State are now being affected as fuel scarcity bites harder within the metropolis. iBrand senior reporter Igbo reports that most of the filling stations visited are now running out of products with long queues.
Oh, some stations are selling higher, which are still selling normal. So some of the stations, and there's some of them, they are without bribing them, they will not like to attend to you. They will say bribe them, and that is not good for the country. For us to bribe, we'll get what we need. Because of the country, because of the present situation now, they are using that as an advantage, which is very wrong.
This thing is affecting my business, our business. We're supposed to travel now. We've been on queue since 1 hour. Please, we don't know what to do, so it's really affecting us. And God bless Nigeria. Now we don't have fuel for us to go to where we want to go and get our things from. So now it's really affecting us.
I grew up in Nigeria. There was a time we buy fuel for 96 naira. Now it's going to almost 200 naira. We've been adapting. Life goes on. We don't go kill ourselves. People will go die, will go die. People will not go die. Plenty. People will not want to die. Plenty. So we go adapt. We go survive. Now one of the characteristics of human being be that adaptability.
I don't know. I don't really, honestly, is beyond what we prepare for. I am tired. Can see the way I'm sweating. I can't even hold my AC. I left one NU there because of the long queue. After spending over 1 hour on the queue, this is why I'm spending almost 1 hour again. So we are tired. I don't know. Government will find something to do to this.
The federal government's gross debt profile is projected to grow by 92.11% from 70.85 trillion naira in 2022 to 136.11 trillion naira in 2026, according to the International Monetary Fund, IMF. The Washington-based lender made this projection in a report titled Nigeria Staff Report for the 2021 Article 4 consultation. According to the fund, the gross debt figures of the federal government and the public sector include overdrafts from the Central Bank of Nigeria, promissory notes and AMCON debt. This means debt, including ways and means, have been factored into the total debt profile of the government. The Debt Management Office DMO puts Nigeria's public debt at 38 trillion naira as of the end of September 2021. IMF in the latest report said the projections were sourced from Nigerian authorities and its staff estimates and projections. Nigeria's inflation rate dropped marginally to 15.6% in January 2022, representing a reversal from the uptick recorded in the previous month when it increased to 15.63% in December 2021. This is according to the Consumer Price Index report released by the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS. On a month-on-month basis, the headline index increased to 1.47% in January 2022. This is 0.34% points lower than 1.82% recorded in December 2021. Food inflation, which accounts for all volatile agricultural produce, decreased to 17.13% in the review month from 17.37% recorded in the previous month. The House of Representatives ad hoc committee investigating the operations of real estate developers in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) has condemned the illegal activities of developers in Abuja, including scamming unsuspecting subscribers and cheating the government out of revenue. According to the committee, the Federal Capital Territory is losing 800 billion naira annually to the sharp practices by the real estate developers. The chairman of the committee, Blessing On, raised the issue in Abuja on Monday at the opening of a two-day workshop on the operations of real estate developers in the FCT. On said the committee made the discoveries in its preliminary investigation. She said, and I quote, "This is necessitated from the hundreds of petitions submitted to this committee by the teeming members of the public who have been shortchanged by dubious developers operating freely in the industry." End of quote. A total of 27 companies were forced to delist from the Nigerian Stock Exchange between 2016 and 2021, according to data from the Nigerian Exchange Limited. The data showed that 14 firms underwent regulatory delisting in 2016, 4 in 2017, 2 in 2018, 2 in 2019, 1 in 2020, and 4 in 2021. A regulatory delisting happens when a company is forced to delist itself from an exchange because it fails to meet the listing requirements mandated by the exchange, while a voluntary delisting occurs when a company decides to remove all its shares from the exchange and make it unavailable for trading. 14 companies were delisted from the exchange in 2016 and 4 companies in 2017. Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC said on Monday that it did not suspend sales of sugar as claimed by its rival BUA Foods PLC. Boa Foods had in an advertorial published on Monday said Flour Mills suspended sugar sales because the 2022 raw sugar allocation had been declined by the government. It also accused Dangote Sugar of halting sales of the product in a bid to create scarcity and force prices to go up. Boa Foods said, and I quote, "We have been inundated with calls from our customers that Dangote Sugar and Flour Mills have both suspended sales of sugar, seeking to know if Boa will follow suit. We would like to reassure our customers that Boa is not joining the suspension of sales of sugar." End of quote. The House of Representatives Committee on Customs and Excise has approved a budget with estimates totaling 369.14 billion naira for the Nigeria Customs Service in 2022. The House also raised customs revenue targets for the next fiscal year by 965.42 billion naira to 3.019 trillion naira. The Controller General of the NCS, Colonel Hamid Ali, retired on Monday, led the management staff of the paramilitary agency to appear before the committee for 2021 budget appraisal and 2022 budget defense. Reviewing the 2021 budget performance, Ali, in his presentation to the committee, noted that the approved revenue target for the year was 1.679 trillion naira, while customs collected total revenue of 1.716 trillion naira for the period of January to December 2021. Insurance companies in the country earned 630.36 billion naira premium in 2021 and paid 238.05 billion naira as claims, the National Insurance Commission said on Monday. The head, Corporate Communications and Market Development, National Insurance Commission, Razak Salami, disclosed this in the Commission's unaudited result for 2021. According to the Commission, the total gross premium income earned by the insurance companies in 2020 was 520 billion naira. NICOM said the total assets of the underwriting companies in 2021 was 2.14 trillion naira, while net claims paid was 238.05 billion naira. The European Union has announced a pledge of 44 million euros for Nigeria's Jubilee Fellows Program, that is NJFP, a youth empowerment partnership initiative between the federal government of Nigeria and the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. This was disclosed in a statement by the Executive Vice President of the European Commission, Margaret Vestager, on Monday at an event for the scheme with Nigeria's Trade Minister, Niyi Adebayo, and the UNDP. The pledge will enable 20,000 Nigerian youths to have skilled-placed internships in Nigeria's workspace. Following plans by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to increase credit facility to the agricultural sector from 3% to 6% this year, an expert has advocated for the funds to be channeled towards new young farmers as against the old ones. African farmer Mortgage CEO FarmCredit.ng stated this earlier on iBrandTV's Business Breakfast.
I have a challenge with increasing the funding this year because we're in a political year. The farmers themselves have a mindset that national cake. In an election year, politicians are very careful. Nobody wants to go and raise the farmers to say, pay your money back. It will turn out that the voting vote, they will pay for that. So if you're increasing it, they need to be funding small-scale new youth farmers who are not used to taking government infrastructure and incentives and not refunding. So we need to look out for a new type of farmers, in election year as against the old one. And yes, CBN can take the lead because they have the funding. Because they have the funding, they can take the lead, set the targets, the KPIs, and tell Ministry of Agriculture, you deliver this, everybody delivers this, or I'm not funding. They have the money, they dictate the piper. So bottom line is that they dictate the tune and the piper. So bottom line is CBN should take the lead, but they should allow partners to come in. And the NGOs also need to be part of it so that the monitoring and evaluation can be cheaper.
Energy ministers representing Egypt and Cyprus on Monday said they were concerned about the potential for oil prices to climb above $100 per barrel. It comes at a time when more than a dozen countries have urged their citizens to leave Ukraine amid warnings of an imminent Russian invasion. International benchmark, Brent crude futures soared to a new 7-year high on Monday morning on the elevated geopolitical tensions. The contract was last seen trading at $94.33, down 0.1% for the session, after earlier hitting a peak of $96.16. United States West Texas Intermediate futures, meanwhile, stood at $93.20, roughly 0.1% higher. And still to come, UK wage growth lags amid rising cost of living. Details and more news update after this commercial break. Stay with us.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
From the African scene, the rand gained early on Tuesday as gold prices climbed to an 8-month high on safe haven demand amid heightened tensions between Russia and the West over Ukraine. At 6:10 GMT, the rand traded at 15.0900 against the dollar, around 0.3% stronger than its previous close. Gold, a key South African export, hit its highest since mid-June and was last trading up 0.4% as investors contemplated the implications of a possible Russian attack on Ukraine. Also supporting the rand, the dollar dipped 0.2% against a basket of currencies. And now on the foreign scene, U.S. prosecutors allege a former Goldman Sachs banker siphoned off millions of dollars from Malaysia's scandal-hit 1MDB sovereign wealth fund. Roger Ng, who was Goldman's head of investment banking in Malaysia, is charged with conspiring to launder money and violate anti-bribery law. The trial got underway in Brooklyn, New York on Monday after Mr. Ng previously pleaded not guilty to all charges. 1MDB lost billions of dollars in one of the world's biggest financial scandals. If found guilty, Mr. Ng faces up to 20 years in jail for the money laundering charge and 5 years for each of the 2 bribery charges. UK wage growth continued to lag behind the rising cost of living between October and December, figures show. Wages rose, but when taking inflation into account, pay showed a 0.8% fall from a year earlier, said the Office for National Statistics, ONS. Latest figures also show that the unemployment rate fell to 4.1%, while job vacancies hit a fresh record high. There are signs that these pressures might feed through to faster wage growth in the coming months. Intel Core is buying Israeli chipmaker Tower Semiconductor TSEM.TA for $5.4 billion, the company said on Tuesday, giving it access to more specialized production and making it better positioned to take advantage of soaring demand for semiconductors. Intel is paying $53 per share for Tower, which specializes in analog chips used in cars, medical sensors, and power management, well above a closing price of $33.13 on the Nasdaq on Monday. After a delayed opening, Tower's Tel Aviv listed shares were 40% higher on Tuesday. They had surged 48% in after-hours trading on Nasdaq on Monday after news of a possible takeover was reported. Prior to the announcement, Tower had a market value of $3.6 billion. And now we're going to commercial break, and we'll take more news update from Margaret when we return. Stay with us.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Most people don't understand the magic of the perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiviv Skincare and Spa. My name is Neo, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiviv family.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's through unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming True unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your True unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix True unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your True unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder Bus Stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
just make you go buy fresh palm fruit. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do na make you go for the up, open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again, my brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Banga, come make your food yummy yum.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081 63 974447. 08035644436 07066638213. Banga fresh palm fruit extract.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's close to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes?
I have a solution for you.
Really?
If you no sabi cook the banga, you no go enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga efo riro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC. Manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extract for tasty African cuisine.
Thank you, Perpetual. The House of Representatives has launched an investigation into the causes of petrol scarcity across the country. The importation of adulterated premium motor spirits into the country has caused scarcity of the product, across with a litre sold between 250 naira and 300 naira in many places. Meanwhile, members of the House of Representatives will vote on clause-by-clause amendment to the 1999 Constitution on Wednesday. Also, President Muhammadu Buhari has transmitted the 2022 supplementary budget to the House of Representatives for consideration. Meanwhile, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC) has withdrawn all the methanol blended petrol which was imported into the country about 3 weeks ago. The NNPC also stated that the cargoes of clean petrol are arriving daily into the country to bridge the gap created by the withdrawal of the methanol blended petrol. The off-spec petrol, according to the NNPC, was imported into the country by 4 oil marketers through 4 cargoes under the company's direct sales, direct purchase (TSDP) arrangement. The NNPC moved to halt the situation by ensuring that the methanol blended petrol did not get to the filling stations. In achieving this, the NNPC made sure that all the cargoes that were suspected to have methanol were quarantined, while all the trucks that had left the depot were tracked and intercepted. The NNPC also restocked the depot with cleaner fuels and sent officials to inspect all the filling stations to ensure that they do not have the petrol that had excessive methanol. Away from that, the Nigerian police force on Monday accused some of the officials of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency at the Akanu EBM Airport, Enugu, of being on the payroll of some international drug barons barely hours after the NDLEA declared the suspended commander of the Police Intelligence Response Team, Abba Kyari'S, wanted for alleged drug trafficking. The trouble started around 1 p.m. when the NDLEA Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, held a press conference in Abuja where he alleged that Kyari'S was a member of an international drug cartel. Babafemi said Kyari'S, who was suspended by the police last August for his alleged links to international fraudster Ramon Abbas, aka Hush Puppy, attempted to sell parts of the cocaine which was seized from some drug dealers. And meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, has ordered the closure of all satellite units of the Intelligence Response Team and Special Tactical Squad across the country. This order comes a day after the arrest of the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police and Head Intelligence Response Team of the Nigerian Police Force, Abba Kyari, and others by authorities of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency over alleged drug dealings. Advertisements, all 7 officers in all satellite units have been asked to report to the force headquarters, Abuja, for debriefing. A police source confirmed this on Tuesday, adding that authorities have directed that 7 officers and men in the unit will be demobilized and posted to commands across the country. The force management also directed that the IRT/STS headquarters in Abuja be fortified and organized for enhanced operational performance to combat emerging trends. Now, the Lagos State government, through its Waste Management Authority, has commenced fumigation exercises at various dump sites across the state to protect residents and prevent health hazards. In a statement released on its official Facebook page titled "Lawma Begins Fumigation of Landfills" on Monday, the government stated that the move was to make the site safer for waste management operations. The managing director of Lawma, Ibrahim Odumboni, said by making the site safer, there will be a reduction in health risks to the communities housing the dump site. According to him, the dump site play critical roles in the waste management chain, paving the way for the attainment of the agency's vision of establishing a consistent, cleaner environment. Odumboni stated that the fumigation exercise, which started on Sunday at Solus dump site Igando, would be extended to other dump sites across the metropolis to protect immediate and surrounding communities where the sites are located. And in more stories, the Southwest Security Network Agency, codenamed Amotekun, has listed internet fraudsters popularly known as Yahoo Boys as a new emerging security menace in the Southwest region. The Chairman Council of Amotekun Commanders Adetunji Adeleye made this dreadful disclosure while speaking with journalists in Akure, Ondo State, revealing that the menace of Yahoo Boys and ritual killings is what is taking the turn of the day. End of quote. Adeleye, who is the commander of Ondo State Security Network Agency, decried the recent upsurge in involvement of young people in the fraudulent activities in the state and Southwest at large, adding that some of the internet fraudsters are involved in human rituals for money proposed termed Yahoo Plus. Adeleye, who is also the special advisor to Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu on security matters, stressed that hoteliers in the state have great roles to play in reducing the new trend among the youths. Now, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has approved the appointment of Senator Lekon Balogun as the 42nd Olubadan of Ibadan land. The approval follows a recommendation to that effect made by the Olubadan in Council, which was communicated to the governor. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Taiwo Adisa, indicated that Governor Makinde wishes the newly confirmed Olubadan a peaceful and eventful reign. On a similar note, Governor Makinde has also approved the revocation of the amended Ibadan Chieftaincy Declaration, which regulates the selection to the Olubadan of Ibadan Chieftaincies too. The statement indicated that the governor made the revocation order dated February 11, 2022, in line with the powers conferred on him by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. We're going to commercial break now. African News is after the break.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Professional dry cleaners. Best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
And now on the African scene, Ethiopia's parliament on Tuesday voted for an early end to a 6-month state of emergency, effective immediately, adding the signs that a bloody conflict between the government and the rebellious Tigrayan forces could be easing. The war in Africa's second-largest nation has largely ground to a stalemate. The diplomats helping to mediate between the two sides are cautiously optimistic that progress towards the peace is made. The state of emergency gave the government power to detain citizens without charge and search homes without a warrant. Thousands of Tigrayan civilians were rounded up and held in prisons and warehouses. Ethiopia imposed the order in November after the Tigrayan forces invaded 2 other regions threatening the capital. The President George Weah on Monday called on Liberians to embrace unity and reconciliation as he launched the year-long celebrations of the bicentennial of the arrival of the first free black Americans in 1822. The former slaves arrived in Providence Island, now the capital, Monrovia, in 1822 as part of the mission by the American Colonization Society, which aimed to reduce the number of free blacks in the U.S. by settling them in Africa. The Republic of Liberia was founded in 1847, the second black republic in the world at the time after Haiti. Addressing the crowd at the Monrovia's main soccer stadium that included the heads of state from Togo, Niger, Gambia, and Sierra Leone, we celebrated Liberia's progress despite periods of civil unrest, including the 1989-2003 civil war, which in up to 250,000 people died. Another foreign scene, Russia's lower house of parliament voted on Tuesday to ask President Vladimir Putin to organize 2 Russian-backed breakaway regions in the eastern Ukraine, as independents, the House Speaker said. The move by the State Duma, if approved, could further inflame a wider standoff after a Russian military build-up near Ukraine that has fueled Western fears that Moscow could attack. Russia denies any invasion plans and has accused the West of hysteria. Recognition of the self-declared Donetsk and Luhansk People Republics could kill off the Minsk peace process in East Ukraine where a conflict between government forces and Moscow-backed separatists had killed 15,000 people. Away from that, a dispute over restrictions on the wearing of hijab by female students in a southern Indian state has now reached India's most popular state of Uttar Pradesh, with a group of youngsters asking a college to ban the head covering. Authorities closed colleges in Karnataka in India's south last week after a new uniform policy barred students from wearing headscarves in classrooms, leading to protests by Muslim students and counter-protests by Hindu students. Muslims have criticized the ban as another way of marginalizing the community that accounts for about 13% of Hindu majority India's 1.35 billion people. Coming up next is sports business.
According to a report by Have and Elevate, companies received an estimate of $170 million worth of in-game exposure or sponsorship activation embedded in the actual game production content. The 2021 Super Bowl, also known as Super Bowl 56, generated $169 million in in-game brand exposure, while in 2020, the Super Bowl generated $143 million. Nike clocked 46 minutes of screen time, while PepsiCo's brand, which include Gatorade, saw 9 minutes, but the brands were named 11 times more than any other company. And Boss, a major NFL sponsor, saw 8 minutes of screen time. The valuations were based on the length of time a brand was featured, as well as quality and size of its logo during exposure. Still talking sports business, the total amount of bets placed in Nevada sports books on this year's Super Bowl between the Los Angeles Rams and Cincinnati Bengals set a record, the Nevada Gaming Control Board said on Monday. A total of $179.8 million was wagered across Nevada's 179 sports books, up 32% from the $136.1 million wagered on last year's Super Bowl, and a 13% increase from the previous record set in 2018, which stands at $158.6 million. Nevada Sportsbook kept a combined $15.4 million from Super Bowl bets for a hold percentage of 8.6%, compared with that of last year when they kept $12.5 million or 9.2% of the bets. The win total is the third highest on record since the Nevada Game Controlling Board started tracking wagers in 1990, trailing only the $19.7 million total set in 2014 and the $18.8 million set 2 years ago. And finally, on sports business at this hour, Triple Dot Studios announced it has raised $116 million at a reported $1.4 billion valuation. The Series B funding round was led by 20 VC and included Access Industries, Lightspeed Venture, and Eldridge. The capital adds to the $78 million Series A round that the mobile game developer raised 10 months ago and will be used for growing Triple Dot's gaming portfolio and investments in mergers and acquisitions. The company has raised a total of $202 million to date. Revenues have reportedly tripled in last year alone, and the developer says it reached 25 million players on a monthly basis, targeting players over age 30. The company has launched 10 titles, 4 of which is scaling, and has reportedly been profitable since its 2017 launch. The global mobile gaming market is estimated to reach $153.5 billion by 2027. And that's it on sports business. I'm Samson Oluyede.
And now Chioma is standing by for entertainment news.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Business. I am Chioma Amaribulam. The murder mystery Death on the Nile from 20th Century Studios slayed its competition at the Valentine's Day box office, grossing $12.8 million in its opening weekend, according to estimates from measurement firm Comscore. Landing in second and third place respectively were Paramount Pictures' prankster romp Jackass Forever, which added $8.1 million in its second weekend for a North American cumulative of $37.4 million, and Universal Pictures' romantic comedy Marry Me, which launched at $8 million. Still going strong at number 4 was Marvel and Sony Pictures' Spider-Man No Way Home, which swung $7.2 million in its ninth weekend for a North American cumulative of $759 million. And rounding out the top 5 was Briarcliff Entertainment's action thriller Blacklight, which debuted at $3.6 million. Now away from the movies, with a surge of star power that spanned generations, Sunday night Super Bowl halftime show delivered super numbers. Viewership rose over last year's numbers for the program, featuring a who's who of rap and hip-hop legends. According to Samba TV, which has an addressable footprint of 46 million opted-in devices in the United States, 29 million U.S. households watched the halftime show. That was a jump of 19% over last year when The Weeknd served as the headliner. Samba found that the number of households who tuned in at halftime and then clicked away before the third quarter started rose at 60% from 2021. The halftime show has proven incredibly popular online too. The nearly 15-minute video of the event had been viewed more than 20.6 million times on YouTube by midday on Monday, generating more than 75,000 comments. And that's it on Entertainment Business. I am Chioma Amaribulam.
And that's a wrap on Business Now at this hour. For more news stories, please visit our website, follow all the social media platforms, and do also tune in to StarTime channel 143 for more business news. My name is Margaret Abba. Thanks for watching.